indicated?
There's page number 4.
I mean on the letter of suspension.
I beg your pardon? It's page number 3.
The letter of suspension dated 20 January 2021.
Yes, my lordship.
The letter, am I so soft?
Yes, my lordship.
Oh, sorry. I'm saying the letter of suspension, which is dated 20 January 2021.
Yes, my lord.
Are the conditions of suspension set out there?
Sir, can you go back to the letter of suspension? And can you also read the last sentence thereof?
The last number 2.
Go to the letter of suspension, sir. The last paragraph thereof.
You are notified that in the respect of the period of your suspension, you are not entitled to any basic wage or benefit as prescribed by the regulation 24 section 4 of the state regulation.
Can you also turn to the next page?
You are further instructed to avail all the municipal assets issued to you, including your appointment certificate, uniform pieces, etc., with immediate effect, and not to exercise any powers, function, authority vested in you as a member, but continue to be subject to the same discipline, penalties, as if you have not been suspended.
Can you also inform this honorable court when such a document has been served and on whom?
It was served on the 20 January this year at Engerbehatoni, signed by Suleth
Sorita.
Oh, Sorita.
Let's go then to the next page of this document. Was that your salary advice at that particular point in time? More particular, 31 December 2020.
Yes, sir.
And what was your net salary at that particular point in time?
25,776.84.
Okay. Let's turn the page to there's a document there. What is that document?
My lovely wife ID copy.
Okay. I don't want you to, for this purpose of this application, there's no need to go in detail as far as the particulars that appears on that document. We can turn around to the next page, please. What is that document?
My daughter birth certificate, full birth certificate.
What is of interest for me is the middle part there of the particulars of the child father.
Myself and I, Phillipus Mwapopi.
Okay. What is also of interest of that document is what was the date of birth of your daughter?
1st of November 2009.
This particular daughter of yours is still attending school?
Yes, sir.
And who's looking after while you're in custody?
My wife.
You have also testified that currently you don't receive any income from the city of Windhoek. Who's looking financially after your child?
We are depending on my salary, my wife's small salary, and hands out from friends.
Are your wife employed?
Yes.
Okay, let's turn to the next page, please. And what is that document, sir?
This one is a progress report of my daughter from school progress report.
And
Private school, Dr. Rita.
And do you know perhaps what was the date of this report, sir?
October this year.
So she's still attending school?
Yes, sir.
And let's go to the next document. What is that document, sir?
It's my vehicle registration document.
Just of interest, what is the make of that vehicle?
Ford Ranger.
Let's turn to the next page, sir. What is the heading of that particular document?
Registration of first continuity covering mortgage bonds for 2.3 million, elf number 6411, Commercial, extension is 16, Wambro Street, Windhoek,
And there's
Namibia.
in the middle part thereof, there's also a certain amount, more particular, the monthly installment. What is the amount?
18,705.
Okay. And as it stands, who make that payment, sir?
Myself?
But you are unemployed, I beg your
No,
pardon?
no, it's my wife now.
Okay. So what is the address that appears on that particular document?
It's my address.
What is,
PO Box 64092 Katutura.
and the residential address?
6411 Commercial.
Is that also the address before your arrest of which you have resided at?
Affirmative. Oh, yes.
Okay. And if the court is of the view that indeed that you are candidate to be released on bail, would you reside at that same address?
My lord, I think I just want to address on the installment of the house. There is 18,000. You see that? There's also another additional one that comes from my payslip.
Okay.
That's 5,115. So it comes from the payslip.
Okay. We will come to that. Let's go back to the issue of 6411 Commercial. Is that the address or the residential address of you before you have been arrested?
Yes, sir.
Except this address 6411, is there any other property in Namibia that belongs to you, sir?
No, sir.
If the court is of the view that indeed that you are candidate to be released on bail, would you make use of this particular address 6411 Commercial?
Yes, sir.
And which police station is the closest to this particular address?
Ochomise police station.
Are you willing, if the court subjects certain bail conditions, that you must report yourself to the Ochomuse police station? Would you have a problem with that?
No.
And how often are you willing to report yourself, sir?
I'm available to the Honorable Court discretion.
Okay. If the court makes the order, you must report you daily. Would you have a problem with that?
I will not have a problem. I will run even on my foot.
Run where to?
To that police station. It's very nearby.
Okay, just to get that on record as well. Further to that, you have also testified relating to issues of salary, but currently that you are suspended. Let's go to the next page of the document in front of you, of which you briefly make reference to. What is that document, sir?
Registration of first continuity covering mortgage bond for 2.3 million. Same. Elf number 6411 Commercial, extension 16, Wambro Street, Windhoek, Namibia. Scheme account. The total there is 474,000.
Okay. So can you explain to me, well, this document, well, reference to the first document, of which the amount was roughly 1.8 million. What I'm trying to get is, so the amounts to be added, is it different amounts, or should it be subtracted from 1.8? Can you please explain?
The total amount is 2.3.
Okay.
2.3, you subtract this 400.
Okay.
So this 400, the payment is 5,000. So this is being deducted from my payslip. So when I get that 25, this one is already deducted because it's a what do you call it? The one that you get from your employer.
Okay. So this is the amount that basically they subsidize you.
Yes.
And currently you say that you don't receive any salary. What is the implications thereof?
Ooh, very huge.
Explain.
The likelihood of the bank in future to come and take this property is very high, and my family will be, I don't know, accommodated maybe somewhere in trailers by the neighbors or.
Okay. So while we're on that particular point, if the court, at the end of the day, with all evidence before it, and make a decision that your candidate to be released on bail, how much money would you afford to put forth to tender for bail?
As a struggling man with a family going through all this, my lordship, I am ready to hustle for 62,000 Namibian dollar.
What is the amount?
62.
Why have you made that calculations? Why 62?
Is that the amount that I came up with?
Okay. Would you be able to that amount?
I will be able to come up with that amount.
And we'll assess you in order to come up with 62.
Friends and family member that I cannot say who now, but I have made few calls or, yeah.
Okay, let's turn to the next page, sir. The heading, letter of grant. What is that document, sir?
This one was the loan application.
Okay, and with reference to which earth, sir?
6411.
It's also the same earth that you have testified that
Yes,
if the
sir.
court release you on bail that you will be at that particular address.
Yes, Lordship.
I also, let's go to the next document, sir. That's a document, deed of transfer. Do you have it?
Yes.
What is the document in front of you, sir?
Deed of transfer.
Your name on that particular document is a half
Yes.
share in that 6411.
Yes, it's appearing there.
Okay, sir. I'll also, at this particular point in time, if there's no objections from my learned colleague, this document to be accepted in the record in order to have a reflection as far as the personal circumstances of applicant number 6.
There's no objection for the bundles be submitted, Your Lordship.
Sir,
Yes, hold on. Yes, the document is then accepted into evidence as Exhibit R.
that's the court, please, sir.
It's R1. I see the other, so it's R1 to R2.
That's the court, please.
actually R1 to R13.
Where's the court witnesses? May I proceed, my lordship?
Yes.
Sir, as you stand before this honorable court, do you have any previous convictions? Anyway,
No,
except for this matter, the subject matter before this honorable court, is there any pending cases against you, sir?
no,
So can you also confirm that you have received disclosure in this particular matter?
positive, I have received it through my attorney.
So, one of the reasons why the court, I beg your pardon, the state opposed bail, they make the following that you are a flight risk. You would not come back to court if the court grants you bail. Can you comment on that?
I am not one of the flight risk. What is the word? Risk, you said?
Yes, they say there's a risk that you would fail to come back to court.
That's it. The lordship, I handed in my, in fact, I don't know any other document that one can use to travel beside passport. So I have handed in my passport. So to get out of Namibia is not possible.
Okay.
And I will not never attempt to do that. I have no reason.
Let me ask you the right question. If the court release you on bail and give you any specific date in order for you to return to court, would you adhere to that particular order?
Yes, my lordship, I will be here before they open even.
Open what, sir?
The doors.
Okay. So, further to that, sir, one of the reasons that is of the state is that you interfere with police investigation. Can you comment on that?
No, never. I will not, I did not interfere, I never tried, I will not do that.
Okay. Let me ask you
In fact, the investigation is done, I was informed.
Okay. As it stands, according to the state, if you've been released on bail, you would interfere with police investigations. What is your comment on that?
As I said, I will not, but are they still investigating anyway? I will not, if they are, I will not do that.
Okay. Furthermore, there's also one of the reasons that if you're released on bail, you will interfere with state witnesses. Would you do so?
My lordship, I am looking for bail, and I'm serious. I have seen how the condition of being in prison, my family, and what so forth. I have no reason to interfere with the witness. In fact, we have seen the list. It's few that I know. But why should I?
Before you arrest, up to date, that you interfere with ongoing police investigations, directly or indirectly, sir?
Never.
That you, before you arrest, up to date, try directly, indirectly to interfere with state witnesses?
Never.
Okay. So, if you can, prior your arrest, that under ACC engage you in any way to come and explain yourself about the subject matter for this court?
Yes, I received several calls and I availed myself to them in two occasions.
Okay. Can you be more specific? These calls that you refer to, who called you, sir?
Only, this is a guy's name, Willem Oliphant, yeah.
Okay.
Willem Oliphant.
And what was the request at the time?
The first request was that, I remember, I think it was in June. My name is Mr. Oliphant. I was driving to work, in fact. I parked next to the road. Investigator from ACC, I think I was in the north, yeah. Coming from Ruderet, I saw that you were paid this money. Can you come and explain?
Okay. You said just June, if you can recall, June which year, sir?
2020.
And after you received this request from Mr. Oliphant, what happened after that?
On, I think, 13 July, I made myself available. I went to him at the office. Then the process began.
What was the explanation on that particular date? What questions had they asked you, sir?
So first of all, the atmosphere was very friendly. We sat in his office and they explained to me that they got the receipt from Fishcor, Ruderet. They want to take an affidavit from me. But he explained, right, that this affidavit will not be used against me in court, yeah.
Okay. So you give him explanation by way of an affidavit or statement?
Yes.
Was that the only statement, or was there any other occasion that any of the members engaged you again?
Then after a month or two, I went back. In between, we were engaging each other, but when we want to come in, COVID, it was that time of the year. So on 29, I think. But I think 29 September, same year, I went to the office again.
Okay. Just want to summarize this. So basically what your testimony is that during June 2020 and September 2020, you engaged with anti-corruption members as far as this matter is concerned. Is that so?
Yes. So on the 29, I arrived there. Oh, I was surprised. The situation was not the same. The guy was very angry.
Okay.
But I'll explain to that later.
Can you please speak up and face the court?
On the 29th roadship, I went as requested to give a statement. I have given a statement. Same right to explain that I will not be used against me.
And what happened?
It's the end of the was the statement. But that statement, it was no more taken by Oliphant. I don't know. He was very angry.
Who was angry?
Mr. Oliphant.
Why was he angry with you, sir?
I was telling him my story. And he doesn't want to believe my story. So he wanted me to give him another story. I told him, say, I have a weakness. And that weakness is that I'm always honest.
Okay.
So I told him the honest story, of which you were disputing, and then he stood up. That's when I told him, Mr. Oliphant, I'm not burdened by your humiliation. In fact, I'm also a police officer. I'm not a civilian. So that's how even he came to know that I'm a police officer. So then stood up, I don't know what. So Mr. Kurute came in. He took the statement.
Okay. So let's go to the next step. Eventually, subsequent to that, the police, who arrested you, sir?
I took myself to ACC, and then there were police officers too. In fact, I went with you, Mr. Engelberg. Then we were arrested.
Okay. Do you know what was the date of which I accompanied you, as you correctly point out, to the office of ACC?
It must be 21 December.
Which year?
2020.
How did it happen that the police I beg your pardon, ACC requested you to come in for a third time to the office on the 21st of December 2020.
No. I think it was on the 14th. The 14th, I was in the north.
14th of?
December. I was in the north, and these guys of my co-accused now, they're appearing in court, and I received a WhatsApp note from one of my friends, Armas Shivute. Man, I was shocked, my boss. That Mwapopi, the name is there, Mwapopi, Nghipunya, Otnel, they are on warrant of arrest.
When you received that information, what have you done, sir?
I tried to apprehend it. I wasn't thinking, even my thinking capacity, I could not even concentrate. How? So after a day, I think, I contacted you that, man, people are looking for me there. The authorities are looking for me.
Why was you so in shock, sir, on the 14th of December?
I couldn't understand I'm one of the accused or suspect in this matter.
Okay.
Because I didn't know of any wrongdoing that I've done.
And you also then informed us now that indeed you have been accompanied to the office of the ACC, and since then are you in detention?
Since then, I am in detention at Windhoek Correctional Service,
Okay.
Section C.
Okay. Okay, sir. According to the allegations that is pertaining in the indictment, you face several counts of charges. There's a count of racketeering. There's a count of corruption. There's also a count that you conspire with your co-accused. There's also a count of fraud. There's a count of money laundering. And there's also a count of theft, as it appears in the indictment. When the matter eventually comes to that point, plea and trial, what is your intended plea?
Not guilty, worship.
Would it be pertaining to one charge or to all the charges? against you?
All of them, all of them.
Okay. Okay, so let's deal with the next issue. Sir, do you have any close corporations? Do you have any companies?
Yes.
Can you own them?
I beg your pardon? No, I'm referring, let me say, do you have any interest, members' interest, and any close corporation, also referred to as a CC?
Yes.
What is the name of that close corporation, sir?
Wanakadu Investment, CC.
Except for that close corporation, is there any other close corporation, sir, of which you are, or of which you have members?
No, sir.
Is there any other company of which you are director, of which you have shares in, sir?
No, sir.
So I will provide you now with a document, with leave of this honorable court, of which have been disclosed by the state during May 2021. One is for the court, one for you, and one for my colleagues. May I proceed, my lord? So what is the document that is in front of you?
Founding statement,
What is the registration number of the corporation, the CC?
2016-05298,
What is the name of the corporation, sir?
Wanakadu Investment CC.
Furthermore, what is of interest in that particular document? Let's turn around and go to page 3. Part C thereof. You got it, sir?
Yes, yes.
Part C thereof. Can you please, who is, or can you just read it to me? Who's the member?
The member is only me, Phillipus Mwapopi,
What is your ID number?
8502121548.
And what is the percentage of interest?
100,
So 100%.
yes,
Okay, sir.
Lordship.
What is also of interest for me in this particular document, I want you to go to the last page, the annexure attached thereto. And what is that document, sir?
This one is an annexure.
What is the heading of that document, sir? Yes.
Annexure.
Okay. Now I want you take your time. Read this particular document into the record for us. Read it into the record for us, sir. Take your time.
The first one is supply and deliver. Delivery of goods and services, rendering school and office furniture, plastic bags, book distribution, stationery, uniform, and printing. Technology, computer software distribution, computer software design distribution, hardware distribution, mobile communication, database design, data, electronic solutions, ICT training, and IT equipments. The third one is construction. Property development and rental. There's a S there, rentals. Rentals. Kwanyama. Property rehabilitation. Rehabilitation. Repair and services. Rent surveying. Surveying equipment. Roads. Walkways tiring. And electrician. Fourth, manufacturing, bricks, interlocks, tires, furniture, precast, caravans, welding, medical machinery, soaps, and cosmetics. Logistic, transport, roads, safety, import and export of goods and services. Farming, fencing, animal husbandry, crop production, poultry, debushing, and agriculture. Retailing, grocery shop, liquor outlets, restaurants, franchising, and abattoir, fashion, boutique, salon, and clothing. Services, courier, cleaning, car wash, catering and hiring tents, tables, chairs, lighting, staging, trailers, garage and service station advertisement, consultation, company registration, taxi and VAT registration, driving academy school, security services, automotive, general trading, bookkeeping, safety awareness, and marketing. Landscaping, gardening, rain servicing, geographical, GIS, that's Geographical Information System, mapping, zoning, and then mining, green energy project, solar system, scrap metals, recycling of sand and water, prospecting, that's exploration, sampling, co-lodging, and interpretation. Fishing, aquaculture, fish farming, and horticulture. Hospitality, supply of hospital beddings, body bags, dental equipment, orthopedic material and equipment, hospital bags, medical machinery and servicing, wheelchairs, medical appliance supply, supply of pharmaceutical products.
Okay, so as far as this matter is concerned, the bill application, what is of interest for me is that according to the CC, you are in mining and also in fishing. Is that so according to the annexure attached to this to your funding statement? Is that so?
Yes, Lordship.
My Lordship, if there's no objection from my learned friends, such document to be admitted into the record.
There's no objection, Your Lordship.
Exhibit S.
As the court pleases. So let's move on to the next topic. I would provide you with a document, and that document also appears, my Lordship, in the discovery of the state on page 283. May I proceed, my Lordship?
Page
283.
Yes.
So, Poppy, what is the document in front of you?
Memorandum of, should I read?
Yes.
Memorandum of agreement
Just proceed, sir.
entered between Mike Nghipunya, ID number 840720101154, and Phillipus Mwapopi, ID number 850212105548. In respect of ownership, Wanakadu CC, registration number CC 2016-05298, and the utilization of revenue received and generated by this entity.
Okay. So I believe that it's your name that appear on that memorandum as well. Is that so?
Yes.
Do you know anything about that document, sir?
No.
Was there any discussions between you and whoever?
No, my lordship.
Have you been party to an agreement, to that particular agreement?
No.
Have you signed such an agreement, sir?
No.
Yep. Whatsoever. Go to the last page of that document, sir. Have you signed?
No.
Were you aware that indeed such a document exists?
No.
My lordship, I don't know whether or not such document was already been admitted into the record, but if not so, my application would be that such document also been admitted into the record, if there's no objections from my learned colleagues.
Yes, Mr.
There is no objection, Your Lordship.
As the court places.
Exhibit T. Exhibit T.
As the court places.
Did you hand up a copy?
Beg your pardon, my lord?
Did you hand up a copy?
That's the only document that I've been provided, so that there's no issue with us. There's only a copy that we received.
Do you hear what the question?
A copy that had been handed
Did
up
you hand up a copy?
pertaining to?
Mr. Engelbrecht, you are asking me to admit a document into evidence as an exhibit.
As the court places.
Now, no, what must please me there?
My lord, I'm listening.
I'm asking, have you handed up a copy of that document? Did you hand it up now?
Indeed, my lordship.
No, you only referred me to page.
My lordship, okay. We've leave this on the record.
Do we have a loose copy? That's actually what
Unfortunately not, my lordship. The one that
yeah.
I received was already been marked. So I don't have a document. The only one that I have.
Is it from your file?
Indeed, so my lord.
So if you hand it up, you won't have a copy in your file.
Indeed, so my lord, but I.
Okay, just in the break, I've admitted it into evidence as an exhibit, Exhibit T. When we break, just make a copy for the court file.
As the court places.
Yes. Just hold on. I'll have to interrupt. We will have to interrupt for an hour. I'm supposed to sit in another appeal. If we can take an hour's break.
As the court places.
All right.
The warning then. I will then attend to the copies in the meantime, my lordship.
Court rise.
The court require.
Did you make a copy?
She have promised that she would make a copy for the court file.
I think I spoke to this issue yesterday.
Say offer, my lordship.
Okay, we will get it in another break.
As the court pleases. My lordship, there's only one particular issue of what is interest for me as far as this matter is concerned. And let me draw the court attention also to the disclosure of the state, more particular to page 289.
Yes,
It is also marked F14.
yes.
I believe that all the parties is indeed in possession of that document, and with leave of this honorable court, such document also to make available to the witness. Sir, can you identify the document in front of you?
My Lordship, the document is a letter from Wanakadu, written by myself to Fishcor.
Okay. So before we go in detail, can you also inform the background, what happened, what transpired in order for you to forward that letter at the end of the day to Fishcor?
Your Lordship, I had a discussion with the CEO of Fishcor, Mr. Mike Nghipunya, verbally, that I'm able to get some products, or we have products for the drought relief program, or suitable for the drought relief program. So the products are with, I'm sourcing them from Flamingo Commodity Supply, with the representative, Mr. Nikki. So Nikki and myself, we know each other, and we have done business before. And then Nikki was now selling these products, where myself, I also bought some.
What is before? You were doing business with Nikki before. What does that mean?
I mean, like, no, not like. Me and Nikki, we were doing business of buying and selling products like cars, understand? Back in around 2015, early 2016. So in 2016 now, he was selling those products. It's dried fish of different kinds.
What is Nikki's surname? Nikki's surname.
Nikki Mujau.
How does one pronounce that?
Mike uniform.
Uniform?
Yeah, Mike W uniform.
Okay.
Lima Yankee Alpha uniform. Yeah, Mujau, yes.
Muliau.
Yeah. So Nikki had this product that he was selling. I also bought for myself, and few friends also bought this product.
Can you be more specific when you refer to the products? What products are you referring to?
It's dried fish, hake, hake heads, and it's just dried fish that they are drying somewhere the farm in Caribbean. So he has been selling this product. I bought the product myself and few friends. So he explained to me that they have more of this product. And I remember before even this, he had used my car because he had the Range Rover. He couldn't transport them from Karibep to here. So time to time, I give him my car to transport them. So I asked him how much they, or how many of the product do they have. So they have somewhere around 24 tons.
Okay.
So I had a discussion then with Mike. So
No, don't look at Mike.
Oh.
Look at me.
So I had a discussion then that there is this product and you guys are involved in this drought relief. I want to supply this product.
And,
So
and have you then follow up with a letter after that conversation?
so that now I follow up with a letter that I wrote to him.
What is the date of that letter, sir?
15 June 2016.
What's of interest for me? What is the heading of the letter, sir?
Supply of dried fish products for drought relief.
And who signed that letter, sir?
Myself.
And during that time, if you also provide Fishcor, as far as this product is concerned, the dry fish, if you also provide them, let's say, a set out, or just give them a letter, or if you also said, what are you willing to supply, or what can you supply?
So I gave a letter and the pro forma invoice from Flamingo Commodity Supply.
To provide them also with that time of a quotation, sir?
Yes, let me say a quotation. It's a quotation.
Yeah.
And the pictures of the products.
Yeah. And was there any response, any reply from Fishcor?
Yes, I got a reply from Fishcor the same month. Yeah.
And if you can recall, what was the response? Was it positive? Was it negative? What was the general impression that you got at the time?
No, it was a positive one.
Okay.
A lot.
What have you done after you received that letter?
So after I received the letter, I organized with Nikki that I'm interested in the product.
And if Nikki supply or give you any documentation to that effect?
Yes, he gave me he had the pro forma invoice already. So Fishco asked me to submit my invoice of the product.
Okay, so just before you carry on, let me provide you with a document. It is marked F21. I also refer my lordship to the discovery of the state, page 298. With leave of honorable court, just a copy also been provided to the witness before court. Sir, what is that document in front of you? Can you identify it?
Pro forma invoice.
I want you to read it into the record, please.
Pro forma invoice from Flamingo Commodity Supply, billed to Wanakadu Investment CC.
Sorry, sir. Can you just read the document as it appears in front of you? All detail, all the information.
Flamingo Commodity Supply, PO Box 1036, Windhoek, Namibia.
Let me just quickly understand. Because because your counsel was leading you so much that I didn't follow. In June 2016, you approached Mr. Nghipunya.
Yes, Roger.
In June 2015.
I think it's in May. I cannot really be specific there.
Okay, but then let me do this. Just repeat the background without being led by anybody. Just repeat what happened and how it came that you did all what you did. Repeat in your own words without being led by anybody.
I approached Mr. Nghipunya.
Okay. Give me the dates you approached him.
My Lordship, I can't remember the dates. That I have products that are suitable for their drought relief program. Hence, I want to supply to them. And he asked that, no, we write a letter, then we'll look into it. So, hence, I wrote a letter now. On 15 June 2017. At the same time, 2016.
Okay.
At the same time, I asked Mr. Nikki to give me the quotation.
At the same time.
Okay, during that process
No,
before.
no, I'm asking you. I'm just want to understand your word. At the same time, you asked Mr. Nikki.
I asked Mr. Nikki for a quotation.
At the same time.
No, not at the same time.
No, no, I'm asking what you said. I'm not putting.
Yeah, I asked Mr. Nikki to provide me, but not at the same time.
Okay.
Just during that process of before the letter.
Okay.
So he provided me with the pro forma invoice.
Okay. Yes. Proceed. Which is in the pro forma invoice? Is the invoice that is on page 298.
Maybe I should just address something on that invoice, pro forma invoice.
I'm asking, is it the pro forma invoice that is on page 298?
This one is a duplicate. If people put that way.
Okay. So what appears there? What is the number that appears on that? Because it is not marked 298. The 298 is only marked in the bundle of the state's discovery.
Okay.
What appears on that document is that F21, sir.
All right. Yes.
The invoice that I have.
No, not the invoice.
Just answer the question.
The pro forma invoice that I have.
Yeah.
It's dated 12 June 2020. What happened is, the Lordship, when ACC asked this invoice, that I should provide the invoice from my supplier. So I asked Nikki, that because I couldn't find it. So I asked him that he should provide me with their pro forma invoice that he provided to me in 2016. Then he explained to me that, okay, he is going to find if they have it at the office. So, and then he sent me this one. So, I sent this invoice as it is because I was given this one. He explained to me that the only, they only have, they could not print out, but they only make another one with the same code number.
Lordship, may I proceed?
Yes, you can proceed.
Sir, the document that is in front of you, F21, as it reflects on your document, court bundle, pay bundle, state bundle, discovery bundle 298. Can you just read it into the record, word by word, sentence by sentence?
Flamingo Commodity Supply CC, PO Box 1036, Windhoek, Namibia. Pro forma invoice date 12 June 2020. Code number June/201608. Bill to Wanakadu Investment CC, PO Box 64092, Okuyangava, Windhoek. Products: number 1, dried fish, quantity 173 bags, amount 1,050,317. Dried king Chris bone, 200 bags, 1,049,967. Dried hake heads, 150 bags, 1,049,716.
1,049,000.
1 million. Sorry, 1,049,000. Yes, 716. Total 3,150,000. This invoice is payable in full upon delivery. Accepted name, signature, date, greeting value for you.
And on this document, there at the
Is it greeting value? Which value is
creating value for you.
Yeah.
there's two signatures that
not
appears
easy.
on that document. On the bottom part thereof, do you know perhaps what the initials?
Those are not signatures.
Initials.
Yes.
Yeah, the initial is mine, PM.
And the other one?
I don't know.
Okay. And after you receive now this performa invoice, what happened from there on?
So when I received the performa, I did not tamper with it. I submitted as it is. As I said, I'm a honest person. By then, because when Nicky told me he can't get it, the old one, I also contacted it's just a lady that used to assist me with filing. She was in the north, so she was not available to check in the document. But she came back
To check in which document?
in the file of Wanakadu that she always assisted me to keep. So she came back on the 31st July and tell me, no, I got the invoice, the performer invoice that I'm looking for. So then she sent it to me. So I forwarded it to Willem Olifield, but he's claiming that he didn't get it. But it's showing there on my send item.
Okay. Now, subsequent to that, have you sent any documentation whatsoever to Fishcor after that?
I made out my invoice because Fishcor sent me a letter that I should, because I made a quotation to Fishcor. Send a letter?
Sorry, you made a quotation.
Yes.
You did not send the quotation that
This one?
Flamingo gave you.
Flamingo is my supplier. I'm supplying to Fishcor.
You see, why I'm asking the question is, I heard you testify that when Flamingo gave you the pro forma invoice, because you are an honest person, you just sent that invoice I'm saying what I heard you testify. You said, when Flamingo Commodity Supply CC gave me the pro forma invoice, because I'm an honest person, I took that invoice and sent it to Fishcor. That's what you said. Am I correct in your testimony?
I was addressing this.
Do you hear what I'm asking you?
Yeah, but let me...
I gave you what I heard. Now I'm asking, did I hear you correct?
No, I have to correct this one.
No, did I hear you correctly?
No, my lord.
I was wrong in my hearing you. I heard you wrongly.
Probably, yeah.
No, if I heard you wrongly, not probably.
But let me
I'm telling you what I heard you say.
Oh, then it was just...
Can we replay the tape to hear what I said? What you said?
Then it's just a mistake. Because I was trying to explain the date of 2020.
No, I'm telling you what you said. You are saying I heard you wrong. I'm saying if I heard you wrong, the tape is here. It plays. Let's really play.
No, you did not hear me wrongly.
All right.
Yeah.
Then if I may, you also testified when I addressed more particularly the letter of 15 June, that he already at that time, he made reference to the word, that he also attached his quotation. That is what he has said.
Mr. Engelbrecht, I am saying, if I am wrong, you see, I just want to be very, very fair to everybody. When I hear something and I'm not sure, and you see, in a subsequent conversation develops into something, and I'm not sure what I heard, I will take it up with him. So let him then correct me what his testimony was, if I did not hear him correctly. So that tomorrow it's not being said, no, my counsel said this, the court said this. Let it be him.
As the court pleases.
Yes, let it be him. Let him speak.
My lordship, I was wrong to refer to this.
What is this?
To refer to this pro forma invoice that is the one that I sent to Fishcor. But I was addressing the issue of the date of this pro forma. That when ACC requested the invoice from commodity supply, I didn't have that pro forma. So I went back to Nikki, my supplier. Can you give me that pro forma that you gave me in 2016? In fact, I checked with my friend that was helping me keeping the record of my, but she was not around. Then Nick said, okay, it's fine. I'm going to check if we still have it. So he went, then he sent me this one. So I sent it to ACC. Back to Fishcor now.
Yes.
When I sent this letter,
Which one? Which letter are you referring to?
F114.
Okay. F14, not 114.
F1, yeah, 14, yeah, F14. I sent this letter with a quotation and pictures of products to Fishcor. Then Fishcor replied to my letter think the date,
I refer my lordship to the bundle of the state, page 292.
Okay. Yes.
Proceed, sir.
Fishcor wrote a letter to me that I should give them the invoice
Proceed, sir.
I should give them the invoice and
Just proceed, sir.
I should give them the invoice so that they will, and I should be able to supply the product or to deliver the product by the 20th, in 20th of July in Windhoek. And that the logistics department will get in contact with me for further arrangement. So they paid the money into my account.
Which account of yours, sir?
The one for Wanakadu. I don't know it in my...
Just tell us the story, sir.
So they paid the money in Wanakadu's account.
When is that?
I think it's 8 July. Must be 8 July.
And if you can recall, what was the amount?
It was 4.1 million, 4199.99. Yeah.
So you said, you testify, let me ask you like this. If you provide Fishcor with an invoice, sir,
Yes,
and based on that invoice, if you receive payments.
yes.
Question, when you submit your invoice, sir, with the description on the invoice, does it correspond with the initial letter of 15 June?
Yes, my lord.
And eventually, Fishcor make payments at the end of the day for your invoice.
Yes, my lord. They made payment, and then after a few days, so I arranged with Nikki products. They are ready for me, so then I paid their invoice too.
Okay. So let me just get this straight. So you make payment to your supplier after you receive the money that was due to you from Fishcor.
Yes, Lord, my lordship.
Okay. You have also now during
Sorry, I
this,
didn't hear the question.
you make, let me repeat myself.
Yes.
You make payments to your supplier after you received payments from Fishcor.
Yes, my lord.
Who's your supplier?
Flamingo Commodities.
So what is the name of that company?
The name is Flamingo Commodity Supply, CC.
Okay. And then you pay your supplier.
Yes, I paid my supplier.
You've also testified that about the Mr. Olivier. Was there specific questions asked during the interview as far as this transaction is concerned, sir? The dry fish by members of ACC.
So the member of ACC said these products were not sourced. Fishcor never delivered, never ordered the product. So what I'm telling him is not true.
And what was... I beg your pardon, proceed.
I then told Mr. Olivier that if he needs further information, he can ask the CEO. Then he said the CEO is in in prison, so he cannot talk to him. Then I said, he should go to the office of the CEO, because I dealt with the office of the CEO.
Which
They must-
CEO are you referring to?
Mike Nghipunya's office. So there must be someone, or probably he can also go to the Ministry of Fishery, because they were one of I think they are beneficial, because the issue was that the handing over, it was for the minister. Probably they might be aware of that handing over, because I was not present. So he further continued saying, this cannot be true, because they could not even get a picture of me handing over. So he had some pictures to prove that.
Did you attend the handing over ceremony, sir?
No, I did not attend.
Was there any obligation on you to do so?
The arrangement was I should deliver the product in Windhoek. However, the office of the CEO, the secretary, came back to me that, no, Mr. Mwapopi, we are, the arrangement of picking up the product in Windhoek have changed, so we'll pick up our products ourselves. Says, okay, the product in Karibeb, as we speak, when you are ready, I can connect you with a person that can be able to give you the product. So they said, no, it's okay, you can just give me the number of the employees there, so that I will pick up the product. Okay. So I gave her the number for Mr. Nikki.
I just want to take a little bit back, more particular during the interviews of the ACC members. If you provide them with the name of Nikki as your supplier at the time?
With the second interview, or the second affidavit that I gave, okay, let me say this. The first affidavit, we did not go further to ask who is, where did you supply, where did you get the product and what. Only the second affidavit that I did on the 29th September. By then, Nikki have passed on.
Do you know perhaps when he passed on, sir?
He passed on 13 August 2020. My soul rest in peace.
So, but prior to that, of his passing on, have you informed ACC members that who was your supplier at the time?
No. But they had my supplier is Flamingo. So Nikki was representing this Flamingo commodities. So they had the documents.
Okay. According to you, sir, was this good delivered?
Fishcor have never came back to me to say that they did not get their product. They only told me that, thank you, Mr. Mwapopi, we got our product. I think that was in August. We got our product, so they picked up the product themselves. And on top of that, I have given my delivery notes to Nikki that in any case, if people are picking up if they pick up their product, they should sign my delivery notes. That's for my future reference. That product indeed were delivered. So the delivery note was delivered back to me, signed by Fishcor.
Okay. So, in conclusion, is there anything else in particular to the subject matter before court now, of which you think it is important that you want to inform all of us today?
My Lordship, maybe I want to address first my personal circumstance that my court should consider. My Lordship, as I'm speaking to you now, we are 9. sibling from my mother. And I'm the only one who's gainfully employed. Taking care of my sister's children. I have 3 at my house in Komasda. There is 4 at my mother's house in Swakop. My mother is a pensioner. She's in the north. All those people, they depend on me. I am also a PhD student. And as I'm speaking to you now, I'm not afforded that opportunity there at prison services to do my study. Not even the papers to read. Sometimes they come in, sometimes not. I asked them to help me to get my laptop from home. It was denied. I don't have right to study. I'm coming back.
You are a PhD student.
Yes.
What subjects are you studying for your PhD?
It's by research.
Okay.
You said that you want to come back to?
To the issue of the redfish. I still don't understand why ACC have to say this product were not delivered. I explained to ACC.
Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can you be more specific when you refer to ACC, to the person's name instead of to the institution?
I explained to Mr. Oliphant first when he was taking affidavit from me. Then he decided he will not continue taking affidavit from me anymore. I informed him that the product were delivered, and if you want further information, please go to the office of the CEO in Rudres. I explained the same thing to Mr. Kurute when he came to take a second statement. No, when he came to, well, the first one was not taken because I felt like I was forced to admit things that are not true. So Mr. Kurute, again, I informed him. The products were delivered. Fishcor came back to me, they got their product, the delivery note was signed. If you want to get for information, can you please go to their office? The Lordship.
To her office?
Yeah, to the office of the CEO. Because that's the office I've dealt with. The ACC took my statement, the affidavit, go to Caribbean, interview a certain lady that is owning a factory. Ask, did Mr. Mwapopi order product from you? Do you know him? They continue with my statement because I'm saying with my statement because it's in the statement. The person is saying, I don't know Mr. Mwapopi. To Usakos, the ACC, I'm seeing the affidavit here, went to Rudret, called the storage manager. They were informed, we don't deal with the product, go to the office of the CEO. They did not do that. They went back again. I think I should give you this statement because I want to read it, my lord.
No, sir, that's fine. Just proceed.
No, it's his testimony. Why do you want to tell him and tell him what to testify? He wants to testify, leave him to tell the court.
I don't know if I should read it or give it.
How many copies do you have?
I have enough. That's one.
Yes.
My Lordship, maybe I should just pick where I want to address. This person said the occupation she's a sale and cold storage manager. Number 2. I confirm my previous statement on the 10th September 2020 is true and correct, and I wish to make an additional statement to clarify issues and give the additional information. That means you have given a statement already. On November, that's number 3, November 11, or on the 11th of November 2020, I was interviewed by Mr. Krute and Mr. Petrus Kangameni, both senior investigation officer from anti-corruption of Namibia, and they asked me to give an additional statement to clear ambiguities contained in the first statement made to the Namibian police. On an unknown day, date and time during August 2020, I visited the office of Mr. Johannes, the accountant at Fishcor CEO.
Johannes Andreas.
Yeah, Johannes Andreas, the accountant at CEO, for the inquiry, to inquire something from him. I remember that upon such visit, he showed me a delivery note dated 28 July 2016, marked Annexure CB1, and asked me if it was my signature on the document. I noticed that he had the said document in front of him and another document which I signed, and that he mostly probably compared the signature. I told him that yes, it's my signature. You see that, Mr. Lord? Are we together there? He asked me whether I was able to remember for what it was, and I said yes, I can remember vaguely that it was for drought relief. He asked me whether he can copy me in with the email correspondence with Mr. Oliphant from anti-corruption, and I said yes. On 20 August 2020, Mr. Johannes forwarded the email to me, Annexure B.
Mr. Johannes Andreas.
Yeah, Andreas, Johannes Andreas. On 24th of August 2020, I responded to Johannes Andreas' SP email. The annexure is there. It seems that Johannes did not never send my response to Mr. Oliphant.
Willem Oliphant.
To Mr. Willem Oliphant. He only provided Oliphant with my email address on the 7th of September 2020 on the request of Mr. Oliphant. The same day, Mr. Oliphant emailed me and I responded to him on the 8th of September 2020, the annexure. Mr. Oliphant sent me an email requesting me to make a statement to the police. See the email. Annexure 5. On the 10th of September 2020, Mr. Oliphant sent me a name of the police officer where I should make a statement as per annexure. And on the same day, I made a statement. As I indicated in my previous statement, I was not sure who brought me the delivery note. I noticed on the delivery note that it was for National Fish Corporation of Namibia, Fishcor. And claimed that it was for drought relief. I immediately called Mr. Mike Nghipunya, the group CEO of Fishcor, and asked him regarding the delivery, as he was the only person responsible for drought relief. He assured me it's fine, the good was delivered, and I should just sign and put my stamp on the delivery note. I did not have a doubt that the items were not delivered. I trusted Mike in working relationship for 2 years that we worked together. I called Mr. Mike on his mobile phone, and I'm not sure if he was in the office. The items, dried fish product, was not delivered at the new storage, cold storage. I never saw the product. We are also not allowed to receive or store any other items at our cold store rooms. I don't know for what was the delivery note used, if it was only proof delivery was made, or for what reason. I think that's...
Yes, proceed.
Seaflower never deal with transport for our products. We only make use of Namport for container ships. If any client purchase or deliver any product, they should use their own transport. Seaflower also did not outsource any transport of which I am aware of. My Lordship, ACC they were in Rudets again, but yet maybe they did not go to the office that I dealt with. But you see, she's saying the signatures were compared. I'm trying to say, I didn't understand the reason for them not to go to the office if they really want to get information, because my understanding is, or my view is that as an investigation officer, he should give chance to every stakeholder.
Are you now talking facts, or are you talking from experience as a police officer?
No, my understanding. My understanding, because if they wanted to really...
No, I'm asking you, are you talking what happened, or you are telling me your experience as a police officer?
My experience.
No, I don't want your experience. What happened?
So, okay, in the disclosure, there is nothing showing that ACC indeed went and inquired.
Why are you concerned with ACC?
Because I feel it's...
No. You see, the issue here, Mr. Mwapopi, you discussed with Mr. Nghipunya. You obtained a quotation. You sent a quotation. You sent an invoice. You were instructed to deliver the goods in Windhoek. You said on the morning you were called. So isn't it you who must then demonstrate, yes, that I did what was expected of me, I got the products, and I delivered the products? Why are you worried with what ACC say? Give us what you did with the products. No, why worry with the ACC?
I'm worried because...
What we are worried with is what you did. Did you get the products? You delivered them? Where? How many? How much? When? And at what time?
I got the products, delivered them.
You got them?
Yes.
Okay. You got them? Where did you get them? Where did you deliver them?
They were picked up by Fishcor themselves?
No. I'm asking you. Did you get the product?
The product were in Caribbean.
Mr. You see, you are so worried with ACC. I'm asking you, did you go to the storeroom, you saw the products, you saw them being loaded, and you delivered them?
Oh, I did not go to
Okay.
the store. Because, first of all, the person where I sourced the product from,
I'm worried about you. You see, you keep on referring me to different persons. You see, when I say I saw Mr. Mwapopi in a navy black suit and a gray shirt, I saw you. I can speak. But if I say Mr. Engelbrecht told me Mwapopi was in court, then I can say I saw you. You understand? Then I never saw you. So all that I want to know from you, did you see the products? Did you deliver the products?
I did not go to Caribbean. Where the product is.
Let me repeat the question. Mr. Mwapopi, you are a PhD student,
My lord.
for that matter.
Yeah, I'm explaining.
Did you see the products?
Yes.
You saw them being loaded.
No.
You saw them being delivered to Fishcor.
No, but I didn't have any doubt that they were picked up.
All that I wanted is, did you see them? Your answer is no.
But I've seen them.
Sir, can I perhaps interject here? What was the arrangement when it comes to the products to be...
Mr. Engelbrecht, can this witness testify and say the products were delivered if he did not see the delivery, or if he was not there when it was being delivered? Can he testify in court and say the products were delivered?
And with respect, there should have been arrangement.
No. You see, I am not, the testimony before me is not about arrangements. It's about the products that were delivered. And he is testifying that the products were delivered. And this is why I'm giving, I'll repeat the same example. If anybody asks me today, did you see Mr. Mwapopi in court? I'll say yes, because he's standing in front of me. But if I haven't seen him, I was only told, or it's on the basis that he was supposed to appear in court. And I said, because he was supposed to appear in court, he was in court. It can't be. I must have seen him. And that's what I'm asking.
That's the court places.
Yes.
So is there anything else that you want to add?
My lord, based on the feedback that I got from Fishcor, indeed, I have to believe that they got their product, because it's them who confirmed.
Mr. That I'm not, you see, Fishcor, who's Fishcor?
The secretary.
Who's the secretary?
Madam Selma. I was dealing with her.
Okay, no, she'll come and tell the court. She can come and say
okay.
She delivered.
Okay.
Not you. You were not there. You did not deliver them.
Okay.
So is there anything else that you think is of importance for this proceedings?
Maybe, my lord, my being in prison as I am now, I feel like I need to be given an opportunity to defend myself when time comes. Looking at the case now, even the state themselves mobilize resources. We are seeing the report from Deloitte. Those are external stakeholders to assist with the investigation. Today here, the state have increased their effort even to experienced prosecutors are here for this bail. They are showing the seriousness of this case in terms of them defending, but
defending what?
Approving their case, to say that. Now, me, Mwapopi, being the trial waiting inmate, coming to defend myself, I think the damage will be very huge because I don't have the same resources that the state have being incarcerated. So I think the fair play here, is it fair? I think I need to be given the rebate also to be able to mobilize my resources for my own defense.
So you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you basically say is that the mere fact that you are in custody, that you are detained, you are not in a financial position in order to prepare you properly to instruct counsel in order to come and fight your defense at the end of the day.
That's not what he said. He can be asked to explain himself, but now he's testifying for his client.
Objection upheld.
I rephrase. You've already testified earlier, sir, that you don't receive a salary. Is that so?
Yes, my lordship.
And the mere fact that you don't receive a salary, would you be in a position later on to afford counsel?
No, my lordship.
Defend you before this court?
No, my lordship.
Would you be in a position, if being released, if the court is of the view that indeed that you're a candidate, would you then be in a position to source funds to able counsel to come and defend you properly before this court?
Yes, my lord. I'll be able to mobilize funds.
In conclusion, sir, just would like to know from you, do you have any family members outside of Namibia?
No, my lordship.
You have testified about brothers and sisters. Can you just be more specific? And then you also make reference to your mother. Where are they?
My mother is in the north.
Can you be more specific where in the north, which place?
Ngwena region, Okapunja village.
Okay.
One of my brother is also there. Another one is in Swakop. My other brother is in Rundu. My two sisters are in Windhoek. No, three. They are in Windhoek, and another one in the north.
So in conclusion, also one of the reasons why the state opposed bail, because they have a strong case against you. Can you comment on that, if any?
My lordship, as far as the information provided by the ACC, a disclosure, or by the state, I don't see any evidence that will prove that I'm guilty. Everything is hearsay. Just as I was explaining here, bringing evidence, one-sided evidence, whereby someone is ignoring the office where you're supposed to get an answer that will lead you to the true reflection of what you are looking for.
Sir, in conclusion, and that is in conclusion, if you submit any document to Fishcor whereby they sign off that you deliver the dry fish.
Yes, I did.
Sorry?
Bishop.
What's the question?
Question? Was there any documentation that had been signed off by Fishcor that they received the property and they signed a
Mr.
delivery
Engelbrecht,
note.
Fishcor is an institution.
I'm coming
Fishcor cannot sign, it doesn't have hands.
Let me put it this way. If you receive any documentation during the disclosure that whoever is employed at the company, Fishcor, of which
Whoever.
I don't want to lead witness.
No, then you are leading.
I don't want to
Your whole
mention a
question
name.
is already leading. Just ask him, how did you deliver? And what did you do when you delivered? He can explain.
Say, there's a statement in front of you of which so is that so that you have read into the record now.
Okay.
You took us through a statement. I think I'm under correction. What is the name of the person? Brandel.
Yes, my lordship.
If you send the document to her, or if you received the document during disclosure that indeed she signed off the delivery note.
Yes, my lordship. The delivery notice in the disclosure, I've seen it and it was signed by her. And I have it also. It was given to me before.
I will provide you with documentation, sir, in order for you to confirm.
It was given to you by whom?
By Nikki.
When did Nikki die?
13 August 2020.
Okay.
My lordship, just to give the court is on that one. We received a death certificate from the state to that effect. Sir, I want to provide you with a document, please, with leave of this honorable court. Can you also provide the court with one copy, please? Sir, can you identify that document, please?
Yes, sir. Should I read it?
What is the heading of the document? It is also marked in the state disclosures F16.
Please receive in good order as per invoice 2016-0002. Date 28 July 2016. Company name National Fishing Corporation of Namibia. PO Box 15 Industrial Road, Ruderet. Telephone number 264-6320-8100. The description of the items: 523 bags of dried fish for drought relief, 173 horse mackerel, 200 dried king creep bones, dried hake heads, received by Seaflower White Fish Corporation Limited, Cold Store.
So, what is the heading of that particular note? More particular under the text number?
Please receive in good order as per the invoice.
So can I just with leave of this with the court just to make sure that indeed the document is the same of which I have? Indeed, it's the same document. So, in the right corner, there's a text number. You got it?
Yes, my lordship.
And what is underneath that?
Delivery note.
So this is the delivery note. From which company to which company?
From Wanakadu to Fishcor.
So from your CC to?
From Wanakadu CC to Namibia Fishing Corporation of Namibia, National Fishing Corporation of Namibia.
And on the bottom part of that letter, According to you, what appears there?
It's a stamp from sea flower and the signature.
And what is before the stamp? Before the signature initial, what is the heading there?
Received by
My Lordship, if there's no objection, this particular document dated 28 July 2016 to be admitted into the record if there's no objections from my learned friends.
There is no objection, Your Lordship.
You owe me a document.
Indeed, sir, my Lord.
Yeah. Exhibit U. This is admitted as Exhibit U.
As the court pleases. My Lordship, no further questions to the witness.
Yes, we agreed yesterday that we will not start with cross-examination of this witness today.
Yes, Your Lordship, we did.
Yes. So, Mr. Mwapopi, you may step down. You are not yet excused, but you may just step down.
Then the warning to be extended.
What warning?
I'm done with him. The court.
No, I'm asking what warning.
I retracted, my Lordship.
Okay. The way forward.